So I'm going to palpate the subscapularis muscle, which is one of the rotator cuff muscles. And it's usually poorly done because it is one of those muscles that's a little awkward to get at. It's in the axilla. So a lot of people are ticklish. This can feel a little bit intrusive, a little bit pokey. So we're gonna use confidence and caution as well. So what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna open up the shoulder. Now, the subscapularis sits on the anterior side of the scapula. So it's pretty deep in there. So in order to open that area up, I'm just going to have my client's arm passively laterally rotated here. And that opens up this space in the axilla. Now here you can sort of see the shadow here of the pectoralis major muscle. So we're gonna come underneath that ridge, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my flat hand and I'm gonna come pinky side in because poking like this is not usually that well received. I'm gonna go pinky side in and I'm gonna press in to the axilla like that, okay? You can see I'm pretty deep in there. I'm gonna come out for a second. Once I press in, I'm going to tuck my fingers just down like this. And that should be, we can't actually palpate the entirety of that subscapular fossa, but that's gonna be palpating the majority of that subscap muscle. So I'm gonna come laterally in under the ridge of the pec major, and then I'm gonna tuck my fingers down. And as I tuck my fingers down, okay, that puts some pressure on the muscle. So I'm gonna take my client's arm and I'm going to just lay it across my forearm. Now this is important both for slackening the muscle and making it feel not so bad, but also for when I get her to activate it. Okay, so first so that is the first attachment. Okay, so that's the subscapular fossa. Now I'm gonna come out for a second. Finding the other attachment, the lateral attachment, it's gonna be the lesser tubercle of the humerus. So to find that, I'm going to place my flat hand on the anterior side of the humerus, and I'm going to passively rotate her shoulder medially and laterally. Now what I can feel here is I can feel the intertubercular groove right where my middle finger is. That's where the bicep tendon passes through. And so and I can feel that moving as I rotate back and forth. So I know that right here is going to be that lesser tubercle. So before I do anything else, I'm actually just going to make a mark right there because I'm not going to be able to palpate both attachments at the same time. So there is that lesser tubercle. Again, laterally rotating and opening up the axilla, flat hand, pinky side in, press inward, and then tuck hand down. And as I tuck my hand down, I lay her arm across my forearm. So right now, I think I'm on subscapularis. So I'm gonna get her to activate subscapularis by medially rotating her arm because that's the main action. It also stabilizes the head of the humerus. So she's already halfway into medial rotation. So I'm just gonna say, now I want your wrist to press gently into my arm. Boom, there it goes. It's a very, thank you. It's a very, very light pressure that they have to activate. They do not need to go hard. Just a teeny push into my hand, into my arm, perfect. Amazing. So if your partner is willing, you can sort of palpate your way through and feel the edges of the subscap as best you can. But otherwise, that is the way you palpate the subscap.